White's XRL is made to keep on running and running and running. In fact, that's what the XRL is all about. Extra reliability, more road time, less downtime, long life. A whole new concept in motor truck engineering. This is Harry Weller, president of the White Truck Division.
It's difficult to describe the XRL in an industry that is used to talking about new models and about new series. The XRL is something a lot more important than a model or a series. It's a whole new concept, a bold and advanced idea, a significant forward step in this industry. The operator who buys an XRL will be buying a vehicle that represents the most advanced state of the truck building art in terms of reliability and long life. As new advancements are engineered and proven, they will take their places on the XRL, not because there has been a model change, but simply because something better has come along. This is a new concept, a bold new idea, which is identified by the initials XRL, with emphasis on the R.
It's the little things that cause the big, costly problems. It's extremely rare for an engine or a transmission or an axle to fail. But the failure of a windshield wiper motor or a lamp bulb or an old vibrator-type regulator can be the reason for emergency service. Scores of little weak links are the areas of concern to operators and maintenance people who know to the fraction of a penny the high cost of downtime. And these little weak links are also matters of serious concern to D.V. Johnson, Vice President of Marketing for the White Truck Division.
The Maintenance Committee of the Common Carrier Conference has been asking the industry for a long time to upgrade a large number of items that are potential sources of downtime. There's always been a question in the industry as to whether a customer would really be willing to pay for a vehicle with all these improvements. But to answer the question of maintenance executives and operators, we launched an in-depth study at White Truck to locate these troublesome areas and to see what we, as designers and engineers, could do about it. The result is more than 100 improvements that have been engineered into some truly premium vehicles, which we are confident will make long, trouble-free operation a normal way of life.
Yes, these are truly premium vehicles. Elements that are normally considered premium features on other vehicles are standard equipment on the XRL. But how do you design for extra reliability and long life? How do you integrate all these separate advances into one working whole? Ernie Sternberg, Vice President of Engineering for the White Truck Division, recalls how it was done.
There was only one way to do the job properly, and that was by means of a systems approach. Each system was investigated as a unit. We took the cooling system, the steering system, the suspension system, and every other system of the vehicle and said, how can we make the entire system more reliable? How can we make it operate longer without costly trouble? We improved each system, and then when we put all these improved systems together, we had a vastly improved vehicle.
Every system has a dramatic story of its own. The electrical system of the XRL is an excellent example. Here to describe it is Chief Engineer Ralph Walkington.
Electrical system failures cause more unscheduled downtime than any other problem in the trucking industry. On the XRL, we were given a blank check to design without arbitrary restrictions, and we believe we have moved the industry years ahead of itself. Here, for example, is the alternator and voltage regulator of a conventional charging circuit. This alternator contains brushes and slip rings which are subject to wear. Here is a completely integral charging system. There are no brushes and no slip rings to wear out. The solid-state voltage regulator is built right into the unit. The mounting serves as the ground, so all that is needed is a single wire from the charging system output terminal to the electrical system. We've used a higher drive ratio on the alternator so that it will deliver 40 amperes at engine idle speed, enough to offset a cold winter night electrical load. This 12-volt high-torque cranking motor is totally sealed. It has oversized brushes that will provide at least 20,000 cranks before overhaul, and the oil reservoirs are large enough so that no lubrication is required between overhauls. The cranking motor has the new Positorque pre-engaged drive with a ratchet-type clutch that has really been proven in the field. There's a wiring diagram conveniently located for the serviceman's reference. It's aluminum-etched and practically indestructible. It has a complete listing of the number code system for the XRL circuits. Matching numbers are present at all junction areas in the vehicle. There is also a transistorized turn signal flasher. The flasher is all silicon, solid state. It has no relay, no moving parts to fail. Our redesigned electrical system includes a new white battery, which provides 20% more cranking ability. It is resistant to vibration, which is a major cause of truck battery failures. In addition to the battery's own vibration resistance, it is shock mounted to insulate it still further. All in all, the XRL has a balanced electrical system. Each element is especially selected to work as a part of the overall system. The battery, for instance, can be the kind of battery it is because of the high output of the charging system at idling speed. We don't have to draw on the battery for operation, so we can design it for cranking only. Our whole system is tailored in this way.
There's still another fascinating part to the XRL electrical system story. White engineers didn't believe that lamp bulbs should fail as quickly as they do. Bulbs that had failed were collected from across the country, then cracked open carefully and examined under the enlarged image of a shadowgraph. The result was startling. Of 970 bulbs that had failed, only 26 had actually burned out. Something else caused the bulbs to fail, and the symptoms pointed toward vibration. Tests with a vibration generator proved conclusively that a coal filament, vibrated at its resonant frequency, failed in a remarkably short time. As a result, a new type of lamp bulb mounting was developed to actually isolate the filament of the bulb from vibration frequency equal to or in beat with the lamp bulb's filament natural frequency. And the result is this new mount, which is standard equipment on the XRL. How well does it work? Here are some examples. These 4 bulbs went 210,000 miles and were removed after the vehicle was wrecked. They all still light. And here are 5 others, heavily blackened by evaporated tungsten after 290,000 miles. They also still light. This important invention has been made available to lamp manufacturers to extend the benefits of long lamp life across the entire market. A bulb costs only a few cents, but a bulb that fails and stops a truck can cost hundreds of dollars in lost time. Everything that adds to unscheduled downtime is the enemy of the engineers who created the XRL. Maintenance time hangs on the balance between profit and loss. Regular scheduled maintenance is necessary in order to keep a vehicle operating well and efficiently. But maintenance time costs money, and both unnecessary minutes and unscheduled repairs eat profit out of the cash drawer. The XRL is designed for profit in the service of an operator, and thus for a minimum of time in the shop. The water filter is located in the top tank of the radiator, which eliminates two hoses, a shut-off valve, and a number of potential sources of leak. To clean the filter, just loosen 3 bolts, move the flange aside, and the entire filter can be removed if desired. The sump is on the top side, where all of the collected sediment, rust, and foreign material can be easily and quickly removed. Radiator hose is a recognized high-quality Gates green stripe, or equal. Wheel-type shutoff cocks are used in both heater and fuel lines. Strataflex is used for oil, air, water, and fuel lines. There are 2 sight gauges for checking the coolant level at a glance. Above the top gauge is about 4.5 quarts of expansion room, and about 5 quarts more above the lower one. Absence of coolant from both gauges quickly indicates, without removing the radiator cap, that coolant is required. A window on the front wheel hubcaps permits easy, visual checking of the oil level. Oil lubrication provides maximum bearing life, and lubrication requires only removing the magnetic plug, draining the old oil, and refilling. Rear axle bearings are lubricated by the rear axle lubricant and drained by removing a magnetic plug. When the lubricant is changed, the oil to the wheel bearings is automatically changed. An access hole in the rear wheel hub is used to pre-fill the cavity between the inner and outer bearings prior to the splash system taking place once the truck is in motion. Magnetic drain plugs are used on all axles, engines, and transmissions. The 6-spoke front wheels have 3/4-inch studs on which the heavy-duty forged rim clamps are mounted. A 2-stage dry-type air cleaner is used on conventional models. This protective covering for the fuel pump and governor jacket will discourage tampering to increase horsepower or RPM. If there's any tampering, it will show up. The fuel filter is a rugged industrial type, engineered to provide greater efficiency and reduce frequency of fuel filter element changes. Its replaceable paper element filters out all particles as small as 10 microns in size. A breakover type throttle lever prevents damage to accelerator rods or fuel pump shafts due to excessive foot load. Unlike most alternators that are belt driven off the water pump, here on the XRL, the alternator is driven off the crankshaft, affording longer life to the water pump bearings and the water pump belts. And the oil pan has a 7-gallon capacity compared to the standard 5 gallons, which allows more mileage between oil changes. As an option, the XRL can be equipped with both a water jacket heater and an oil immersion heater for cold weather operation. A single receptacle at the front permits plugging in an electrical cord to operate both heaters. From end to end, everything about the XRL is designed to operate well and to keep on operating over a long, useful lifetime.
Extra reliability, long life. Those are the continuing design objectives of this new advanced concept of truck building. Take this clutch, for instance. It makes use of an improved cerometallic button-type facing that is tough and will withstand very high operating temperatures. Earlier designs using this principle were often abusive to the flywheel and pressure plate, but progress has been made. Operators who have tested the type of clutch we're using on the XRL have reported 2 to 4 times the mileage they obtained with conventional facings. The speedometer drive is taken off the front wheel for longer life and greater accuracy. Just one of numerous changes to improve an item that has been extremely troublesome in the past. A dual plastic speedometer shaft is standard. The inner core of the shaft is impregnated with lubricant for optimum operation. A padded sun visor tends to prevent injury to anyone thrown against the header of the cab, and also contributes to the plush appearance that makes the driver's workplace attractive to him. We use mechanical fuel gauges on the XRL. A float riding on a spiral shaft actuates the gauge and gives an accurate reading. The metal of the interaxle driveline splines is impregnated with bride coat, a lubricant which reduces friction. This reduces maintenance and adds to long life. And White's Velvet Ride is standard as the rear suspension. On the road or in the test lab, nothing else can equal it. There are even advances on the airlines in the XRL. The chassis airlines are Strataflex hose. Trailer air hoses are wrapped with high tensile steel band which acts as an abrasion guard. The glad hands are polarized and color-coded. Emergency and service air hoses can't be accidentally connected the wrong way. And so it goes in area after area. Electrical system, cooling system, transmission, drivelines, suspensions, axles, brakes, steering system, cabs, fuel system, everything. We've made about 100 improvements which make these XRL vehicles something quite different than the standard models they resemble. This is what White's bold new idea is all about.
And to clarify what White's bold new idea means to an operator, here is W.L. Pepin, White Truck's Vice President for Service.
We have a name for what White's new idea can mean to an operator. We call it PMA. What is PMA? It's Performance Maintenance Agreement. A new concept, one that became necessary because of the advanced nature of the XRL idea. Perhaps I can describe it this way. Everyone knows that certain normal routine maintenance procedures are necessary in order for a vehicle to operate properly. What we are saying, in effect, is this. Mr. Operator, you have in your XRL the highest state of the truck building art today. It has been fabricated with the highest quality production and inspection. It is designed for extra reliability and long life. So if you, as an operator of 10 or more XRLs, will follow the procedures outlined in this manual, we will make available, no charge, upon request, a maximum maintenance cost agreement that will guarantee low maintenance and repair expense. It's a partnership agreement. This is our agreement for you. It recognizes the quality built into these vehicles.
Now you may have a better idea of what I meant when I said that the XRL is something a lot more important than a new model or a new series, that it is a whole new concept, a bold and advanced idea, a significant forward step in this industry. Here, in a single attractive package, an operator can buy the highest state-of-the-art, as of the time of purchase, in terms of highest quality components that have demonstrated extra reliability and long life in service. You've never seen anything like them.
Yes, the greatest thing that is happening on the highway today is a vehicle that will always be at the forefront of design. A tractor that is built to keep running and running and running. The XRL by White. Tomorrow's truck, today.